I had to actually research and realize, wow, because you hit on the total myth of police brutality. And at that point, I was like, well, we can't acknowledge, we can't say it's not happening. Here's a video, here's an entire video where we're watching Philando Castile be murdered. And yet you just said, what are the facts behind this? What is going on behind this? How many blacks are actually being murdered by police officers?
Victimhood has become almost a mental plague upon Black America in particular, because that word racism is being so overused that society is becoming desensitized to it, and we actually can't even recognize it when it actually exists. We think everything is racist.
The Washington Post did an analysis of how many people were killed by the police in recent years, 1,000 of them. 500 of them were white, 250 were black. There were more unarmed white men killed by the police than unarmed black men.
I do not remember when I was growing up having all of these race issues, okay? I really don't remember it. And then suddenly towards the end of Obama, we started hearing all of this rhetoric drummed up. It became white versus black all over again. And I say all over again, I shouldn't even say that, because when I was alive, this was not an issue.
One of the things I was really interested in is just the detrimental effects of these sorts of lies, where people don't realize that the people that it negatively impacts the most is always the community that they're trying to help, right? So you create this entire narrative, and what happens? Black people start raising up. We start burning down our own neighborhoods. You have black police officers that are negatively impacted by it because they're even being called Uncle Toms and Coons just because they're pulling someone over.
I touched upon the illiteracy rates. 75% of black boys in California not being able to read is a problem in Black America. White nationalism, when black on black crime, 90.1% of all homicides against black Americans are performed by other black Americans.
There were about 16 unarmed black men killed last year by the police. And you can probably name the unarmed black men that have been killed in recent years, whether it's Eric Gardner or Freddie Gray. I said there were more unarmed white men killed by the police than unarmed black men. Name one. Room was silent for almost 20 seconds.
Can you insult a black person? Can you insult a black person without being a racist? That's just a question
I think the minute that he went with lazy, he was using...
Why are you saying black people are lazy?
No, but that's
why does the word
racist
lazy
trope.
make you think
that is a
about...
common racist
No, it is
trope.
not. I've never been called lazy my entire life. So the question is, why does the word lazy make... No, I'm asking you a question. I asked you a question. You said that lazy makes you think of black people. That's what you're saying.
That is a common racist trope.
So that's within you, not within him. That is not a common racist trope towards black people.
And when you talk to cops, Candace, they will tell you they are more hesitant to pull the trigger on a black suspect than a white suspect. And this has been documented. There's an economist named Roland Fryer. He's at Harvard. And he did a study on whether or not the police were using deadly force against black people disproportionately. And he assumed he was going to find out that they were. He was shocked. Wow. He found out the police were more hesitant to pull the trigger on a black person than on a white person.
To CNN, to the New York Times, to MSNBC and their anchors, to every single one of you race hustlers who have extorted black pain to line your own pockets, who have blindfolded the black youth against seeing the opportunities that lay beneath their feet here in America, I say this to you: there will be a Blexit.